Okay, so I'm back again. Again, just a series of fuck ups that's been happening for the past few days. I don't know what it is. I think Shadow Play. Yeah, Shadow Play has been fucking up, but I think my drivers were needing some updating, and since then I haven't been able to get it done working well. I think I might have actually fixed the problem since then. It's not like I record these for anyone in particular or special. It's just yeah, shit's just been breaking down lately. So yeah, did I say hello? Anyway, long story short, this is the Dracula fight for my Unholy character that was supposed to be the Act 1 for fun sort of thing, and then I wound up actually going through with the whole entirety of the game with this character. Um, what was I trying to say? The idea behind using this character was basically to uh, just do some tests, really, seeing if I can try to get what do you call it? Some of the cottage cheese strategies to work and use servants to completely break shit. How early I can get access to servants, whether or not I stand a chance, etc., etc. I wound up going through the whole entirety of the game with this particular character, and the idea between this character's setup and restrictions was I can only use Unholy, Illusion, Chaos, or not Chaos, Storm, and Blood. I kind of dabbled in between here and there, but for the most part, I was just kind of like, whatever. I'm just gonna stick with Unholy for a little bit and blah blah blah. And Unholy's not really well, in a way. Unholy is all about like spell usage, flinging corrupted skull around, which was literally the most amazing spell in the entirety of the game. It took me too long to realize just how incredibly good it is. Um, I really was very nervous when I was going through with this. Well, not really nervous, but I was expecting a lot of headaches, just to put it plain and simple. Um, how did I say? So, yeah. There's no reason for post commentary other than, yeah, there's no audio. I could probably throw some music in there, but it wouldn't even be that amazing, blah, blah, blah. So, to give you an idea, this character is basically supposed to be primarily using Unholy with a little bit of illusion. I've tried giving illusion spells some working around. I did like Spectral Wolf. Spear was okay at best. I think Phantom Aegis was terrible in the whole grand scheme of things. Mainly due to the fact that you have to have your mouse cursor over your character in order to actually get it to work. And if you don't know anything about that, then the way it's supposed to work is you're supposed to target like a friendly ally or something like that with that ability to like I guess give them Phantom Aegis or whatever. Similar to how Blood Rage. I can't believe we stood there. Just let me destroy that thing. It was so weird, but it's kind of like supposed to be like Blood Rage and Chaos. Jesus Christ, dude, that's half the fucking bar of HP gone. I got real unlucky with that. So the way that Phantom Aegis works, you're supposed to have your mouse cursor over a target and you're supposed to cast it. Similar to how Power Surge works, if I'm not mistaken. It's not like Blood Rage. I think Blood Rage was kind of the same way. I think Crimson Aegis probably just got renamed to Phantom Aegis, or Aegis, or however you fucking say that. I don't really care. Um, for the most part, I don't like Phantom Aegis, but I think it's also a really, really good ability. I think it looks like it's more intended to be used for PvP with the fear, the knockback, the crowd control, and all that sort of thing. So I couldn't find myself using it in the PvE world, so there's that. Um, Veil of Illusion, I think, is the only thing I kept on the bar the entire time, and I figured the recall effect whenever you, or the recast effect whenever you use it, might be relatively useful. I think I maybe got a grand total of like 9 uses out of that whenever I did recast. Other than that, um, because it leaves behind a veil, it was terrible to say the least. I don't think I would actually ever really use that. I think I might have used during the Dracula fight, maybe. I did re-record this on a different run, so yeah, you can go watch the other one if you want. It's not the same as when I first beat it, so um, yeah. What do you call it? there's the other illusion ability. The other illusion abilities I really had a hard time actually caring to use, and the main reason being is mostly because I couldn't see myself using mistrance very effectively, and the weekend didn't really seem to be anything near as amazing as I initially thought it was. In case you don't know what it is, I think this has two effects. There's Phantasm, which you can kind of see right there on the buff bar, and then there's Weaken, which turns the enemies into like a more of a cyan colored look, and um, basically it's supposed to help reduce the amount of damage that you take. And on brutal difficulty, I don't know how, if it's multiplicative or additive, or whether or not how that works. And really, I just didn't feel like putting numbers together, because if it's anything like I think it does, and this game's not really like a big dick number like most games are, where it's like up to thousands to billions to trillions and shit like that, of like 6-digit numbers you see on screen. So this is just a relatively simple basic numbers game, and I like that. But I didn't think Weekend was anything really that amazing, and I still don't think it's that amazing, even in the brutal difficulty settings. Maybe it might save you a point or two, but realistically, if yeah, it just doesn't seem all that amazing. Phantasm, on the other hand, was incredibly good. At least I thought it was really, really good, mostly due to the fact that getting your spells, if I understand it correctly, it's supposed to reduce the time of your spells by a percentage, like 1%, then stacks up to 10%, and then when it gets max stacked, you have a chance of getting free casts, which the spell cooldown reduction was already super solid as is. But having free casts after a certain amount of spells have been casted and stacked, and whatever, that's awesome. I like that. I always wondered why Mosquito was giving me free cast for a while, and then I figured out why. So during this third phase, I found myself having just a massive annoyance built up in my head. It's like, this is going to be stupid. I don't think I have enough DPS. And I realized, oh yeah, skeletons are fucking baller in this goddamn game. I remember why I actually liked Unholy. Ward of the Damned, Purgatory, Heartseeker, I think Heartstrike. I think it's Heartstrike. And Veil of Chaos were my early access go-to damage dealing spells. And I remember just how incredible Ward of the Damned was. And then here I am using Corrupted Skull, which is fucking amazing. All these skeletons being here, helping destroying this. It was so good. He got one little off and that was it. And then here's the rest of the team coming in, and we're just obliterating the ever-living shit out of Dracula's. I don't think I've ever seen it go down that low on HP at all. Holy shit. Oh, it was incredible. And then during this final phase, I had to... I wasn't allowed to use Frost or Chaos, but I figured I'm okay to still using Blood abilities. So this wasn't a total, complete Unholy victory. Not that it really was supposed to be intended an Unholy playthrough at all to begin with. But holy shit, or should I say unholy shit, that third phase was probably the smoothest fucking phase I have ever had. When I re-recorded this, it actually was a little bit much more smoother. It wasn't faster, but it was much more smoother. And I think I was like, man, this is going to be actually relatively okay. I'm at half HP, my stacks aren't building as fast, and there's been some bullshit here and there, but holy fuck, man. Unholy is just really, really good. The legendary scythe, I think, is called Mortier's Lament. I am butchering the name, I'm pretty sure. I don't really know. I don't really care. My names get butchered all the fucking time. Ask somebody how they say bicycle, and they'll probably tell you the exact same way you just said it, but for whatever idiot reason, when they look at my first two letters of my name, they keep fucking that up. But the Unholy Scythe was just so incredibly good. It was entirely perfectly built for spell cooldown, spell critical power, I want to say, and maybe critical rate. I don't remember too much. It'll pop up here at the end. But it was incredibly good. The one thing I really liked about it was the fact that the scythe itself, the Howling Reaper was incredibly invaluable against groups of enemies. Being able to summon was, I think, skeletal mages, and then you have tendon swing, I think, and it's like, I hate the fact that it doesn't have a condemn on it, but it's still fucking good. So that was awesome. I think this was the second attempt. Yeah, the second attempt. The whole entire fight kind of made me like I was prepared for a total massive amount of annoyance. There's only my dash and the Ward of the Damned to block. I have no evasion on the weapons or anything like that. But I really wanted to go through this with the amount of Unholy I put into it. I really wanted to try to give spellcasting a little bit much more, try. I hate spellcasting in video games. They're so boring. But this was actually relatively fun. I like minion playthroughs. I like Overlord, and I like Pikmin, and sometimes I'll dabble in the minion master builds in Guild Wars. But other than that, this was working out so fucking good. So yeah, I think, if I'm not mistaken, it was a 20-minute attempt. So according to my buffs. But yeah, other than that, this wasn't supposed to be like a playthrough the whole Unholy build. It was just supposed to be just some testing, and I wound up just playing through with the entirety of the character. Yeah, Unholy is still incredibly good. It's invaluable. The skeletal minions make it incredibly good. The tendon swing on the legendary scythe gives you the ability to soak up, I think, 3 skeletons. It's kind of like Soulburn when it's gemmed in. You'll soak up spell power, I think. But with the scythe, you get power. You get physical power, physical power and spell power, which is just fucking good. Like seriously, that was so incredibly good. So yeah, totally worth it. Honestly, if I had known that Dracula fighting with Unholy with a little bit much more stuff, I totally would have attempted it the first time around. But Corrupted Skull was probably the best spell. I have actually had a hard time realizing it was so incredibly good. Corrupted Skull is incredible.